He doesn't have it. That being Nijisanji English's Claude Clawmark and his YouTube silver play button. Claude showing off photos of that award from YouTube back on March 8th, stating not once but twice, as after passing 100,000 subscribers after 3 months from his debut, Claude's subscriber count would fall under 100,000 and then rise above it once again, with Claude in Japan sharing these photos, making some think that he had earned 2 play buttons for having passed that milestone twice. Claude later clarifying, hit twice, 1 button, meaning there is only 1 YouTube silver play button, and many surmising that these were simply photos from the Nijisanji office, given the gray cubicle walls, the white desk, and the fluorescent bulb reflection. This as no Nijisanji liver has ever been on record saying they have received their silver or gold play buttons, instead stating that it is simply kept at the Nijisanji headquarter offices, despite many of these VTubers wishing they did receive one of their play buttons, and YouTube offering for more than 1 play button to be ordered. That is evidenced here by Hololive English's FUWAMOCO, showing off that they have received 2 play buttons, as there are 2 talents behind that channel. Claude confirming that he has seen his play button in person, but it was left at the Nijisanji office, going on to set his chat for only those subscribed to him for 2 months or more, and further saying of the play buttons, if we really wanted one, we could just effing ask.
That also, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I probably would have forgotten about the 100K like button had it not been for Mane-san either. I kind of completely forgot about it until they messaged me being like, oh yeah, by the way, we ordered this, it's coming soon. And I was like, what? Because, you know, I kind of forget that that's how YouTube works. So then it showed up and I was like, whoa, dude, cool. And then when I saw it in person, I was like, oh my God, yippee. And now it's gonna stay at the office next to all the other really cool buttons, which by the way, I think, okay, there are some people who are sitting here, I guess this is gonna be something to touch on just a little bit, but I talked about this in like the membership post too. Spoilers, by the way, I guess. You know, I guess here's the thing. I know there are some people who are being like, oh my God, how come the livers can't have their own button? How come they can't take it home? And it's like, all right, dog, you know what? If we really wanted one, we could just ask, but whatever, man. You know, I think the bigger thing for me is that it's really cool the fact that I even have a button to begin with. You know what I mean? If I can even have a button, man, that's already cool enough. Second of all, I think it's all the more important the fact that, like, damn, I can have next to the other cool people who also have the really cool button. I want that. You know what I mean? Yeah, not us being like, bro, does he get 2? Okay, in all fairness, I did make it was a joke because obviously we hit 100K twice, and I was like, you know what I mean? I thought it was really funny at the time. It's mostly just like, you know, okay, there was one person who I saw, and I'm not gonna call out names or anything like that, but there was one tweet that I saw, and it was like you should let him take it home because it was his hard work, blah 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 blah. And I was like I don't want to reply to this on Twitter, but I was like, ugh. It bothered me because this is the thing. Me being here and me being able to do the things that I do, and me being even able to reach this size by, like, I don't even think I would have hit 100K by myself at all. Like, let's be honest, right? I owe so much to the other livers around me, to staff, to just you guys as well, to the company I'm a part of. Like, when I say that this is all a cumulative effort of everybody, everything so far has been on the efforts of everybody coming together to even make the things that I do a reality at all. You know what I mean? Dude, this is not just me. Everybody has put in countless hours. Everybody has put in so much effort, so much work, so much of everything to just make any of this happen. So I think everybody deserves to be recognized for the things that they do. And that's why I will time and again always praise, you know, the people behind me, the people who make sure the things that I do get done, make sure that I can sit here and say, hey, I'm gonna turn on stream and I'm gonna have a good time. Because these are things that I can delegate. These are things that I can not have to worry about. These are things that I can handle and just do the thing that I'm hired to do, and which is to be funny, haha. If it means being able to have my mark by being a button on the wall alongside so many other names, which again is also an incredible honor, by the way, to even be amongst so many people who I've watched and looked up to and very, very much so respected for so many years. It's an honor. And that is an honor that I will happily accept. I don't know. I think I'm always going to be grateful for this position that I am and for being able to do the job that I do now. That's what matters.
That defense being picked up by Deserto in this article entitled Nijisanji English VTuber Defends Controversial Play Button Policy. Noting earlier moments such as when Mysterious expressed frustration that he had not received his play buttons despite passing 1 million subscribers. Others on r/Nijisanji remarking, so literally out of every person who has a play button, not a single person asked if they could have one. I refuse to believe that. Alongside, if that was the case, why was Doki excited when she received her play button? Alongside, why do you have to ask for something you earned? That's a horrible attitude to approach this problem with. Other users going on to provide video sources of various Nijisanji and ex-Nijisanji livers talking about their play buttons, professing that they had never received one and that they are aware that they are kept at the office. Clawmark further proving that he is a team player, having before being in Nijisanji being good friends with Uki Violetta and Alira Pandora. Alira at this time having not streamed on her channel for 5 weeks now. That being since the infamous black screen stream, wherein she was also joined by Vox Akama, who is now inching up to 90 days without having actually streamed a solo stream on his channel. Clawmark also being a fan of ANYCOLOR Incorporated CEO Riko Tazumi, even including him in his debut as his Kami Oshi, as also including the ANYCOLOR CEO was Petra Gurin. This Nijisanji English talent having performed her 3D debut this past weekend, and within the first 3 minutes of that stream, revealing Riku on screen and speaking, further including him in a large puppet form.
I'll take good care of you, okay? But like for now, just...
Petra also being joined on stream from other Nijisanji talents such as Uki and Alira. Alira later going on to join Petra in 3D on stage. As also joining Petra would be numerous members of Nijisanji Japan. That Japan presence being seen in the super chats for this stream, with over 71% of the super chats received being in Japanese yen. And in comparison to previous 3D debuts with Nijisanji English, such as this one from Finana Riago, reflecting the most popular phrases from her chat in this word cloud, the results for Petra's stream are primarily in Japanese. Petra's concurrent viewership being lower than Finana's 3D debut, but still earning more in super chats, raking in over 500,000 yen, compared to Finana's over 400, but lower than Alira's 850,000, or Pomu's 1.5 million. As further along, we are looking back to Nijisanji's parent company, ANYCOLOR. After releasing their Q3 fiscal report last Thursday, ANYCOLOR's stock price would drop by 700 yen. Eventually, during the Monday stock exchange, hitting the memeable number of 2434. ANYCOLOR's stock in the past 2 days rebounding by 200 yen, still down by 500 after those fiscal results. This further helped by the fact that a suspension of new sales and cash withdrawals was placed on that stock, thereby disallowing margin trading. As also with Nijisanji, we have the Virtual Talent Academy over this weekend on their YouTube channel, removing all of their content, making nearly 500,000 views simply disappear. The Virtual Talent Academy generally removing content after one of their students has graduated or moved on. And as there are no current active students for this channel, that now brings us over to Nijisanji Japan's latest wave, debuted this past weekend, a 3-man wave, 2 of which have been VTA graduates, while we also have Kaisei, this member hitting 100,000 subscribers within 7 days, and also receiving some pushback from Nijisanji viewers, as before joining Nijisanji Japan, he had revealed that he had financially supported both Ozora Subaru and Usada Pekora of Hololive Japan, stating that he had sent over $6,000 to Usada Pekora in the form of super chats. As who is also a fan of Hololive is dearsqn, aka Dearsqn, a very good friend of Hololive English's Takanashi Kiara. Dearsqn tuning in for Takanashi Kiara's latest Twitter space face. Gawr now talking about her pop-up parade figure, saying finally Wawa Figma. This being one of numerous new Good Smile products shown over the weekend. Dearsqn remarking, it still feels so weird talking more openly about the things I like. Even though I still feel a little awkward and worried that people might see things the wrong way, it also feels really fun to finally express myself and post stuff. Then as she would further tweet out beforehand, the event I thought I got a ticket to, I also didn't win, so now I have zero plans for today. Many surmising that could have been for HoloFes. Dearsqn later tweeting out next year HoloFes. As introducing us to that event is Hololive English's Mori Calliope, stating it's finally time, let's capture our moment, cheer till you're dead. This major Hololive event held this past weekend in Tokyo, involving an expo so enticing that even a fan with a broken leg would attend. As also occurring alongside the expo were multiple concerts. 2 nights with 4 different performances. This event venue providing 3 simultaneous stages for viewers to see. That is, unless you were behind Pop Maker, saying I'll be waving this massive myth banner, if you see it, that's me. Then be captured on camera, saying it was me, beachies. Down in front, as hitting the stage were numerous Hololive towns, including Mori Calliope. Deadbeats ready in the crowd, with numerous moments from these concerts being memed on, such as here with Pippa getting what she deserves, or this connecting moment. That is seen by Hololive English's Gura also hitting the stage, and after sending out this tweet saying, busy, busy, I am visiting Taipei soon. Yay, what should I eat? What should I see? Gura then a half hour later tweeting out, that was a scheduled tweet. You were supposed to see that a bit ago. Busy, busy, my mistake. So I'm actually in Taipei now. But yes, please give me your yummy food recommendations. Numerous users saying, Gura, thank you for coming to Taiwan, and also thank you for your autograph. That is part of the Sushiro iPass collaboration. This Yahoo News Taiwan article reading the iPass card Holo Expo booth is very popular. Person in charge stating that the sales volume of the joint brand is the highest in history. This collaboration with Gura proving to be very lucrative, surpassing even previous collaborations that Sushiro held, which include both Nijisanji and even Genshin Impact. As celebrating here was Avature with Capture the Moment. You were showing off this photograph of one of her standees from HoloFest and saying, it's shark time. I ran around signing everything I could. I hope you find them all. You were further seen jailed away here in this Nendoroid display, while also on display was Gura's room, complete with a pair of her socks, a gaming chair with a hole for her tail, and an aquarium as flat as she is. You were further showing off this themed drink, saying I got to try the shark juice. It is seriously so good and just how I always imagined it would taste. As HoloFest featured numerous themed drinks and meals, FUWAMOCO seeing theirs and saying, would you be feeling very fluffy and fuzzy after drinking all of these? HoloFest this weekend, for the first time, offering pre-orders on these meals, with numerous Hololive talents showing off photos of the meals they ordered. Kiara here with got to check out the venue and eat the food with the others, chose the smock one, whereas Rubiko would choose the Takane Rui Bento, and Sakura Miko would choose her very own Mi Comet burger. That complete with Suisei Hoshimachi sauce, that blue concoction turning out to be mayo. As before the event, Hololive would actually hold a stream just for this food, even during one of the expo streams showing off one of these meals, and to many viewers showing that there is a difference from the ideal and the reality. Going from Shishiro Botan's burger to this user's burger, or going from the Hachima spider pancakes seen there on the bottom to whatever happened here. These particular meals needing prep time due to their presentation. As one user would remark, food distribution at HoloFest is a disaster, saying they did pre-order their food at HoloFest, but when they went to go pick it up, the distribution was still 45 minutes behind, sending entire crowds hungry into the concert. This user after the concert saying, I've returned from the concert for the food, and I've been stuck in a queue for 35 minutes, still hungry and waiting. I regret ordering food. Other users remarking this food, like years prior, is cold when it is given to them. As after the first day, Hololive would send out this notice, stating apology and notice regarding food and drink services, as food and drink service is presently delayed. We are very sorry for the inconvenience. For customers no longer interested in receiving their items, we can provide you a refund at a later time. Other users Users then going on to make staff appreciation posts showing off the army of people needed to actually deliver this amount of food. And from that same user that said food distribution at HoloFes is a disaster, the next day they would state Cover fixed the food court served in 9.16 minutes. One user clarifying, yesterday they allowed walk-in orders and did not limit how many people can order per person. Results such as one guy ordering 20 orders just for himself. This next day, they have pre-orders by the website and app only and limiting some amounts per person, so the backlog got cleared up very fast. Numerous other official viewing events around the world were held, including reports from one Korean screening that had to end 30 minutes early. That's right. Even as the concert was still going on, the venue would kick out the audience as they had allowed them to enter into the auditorium 30 minutes early. Meanwhile, we have reactions of that first day's concert, including A-chan here saying both are GOATs. Gura here being a part of one of the most iconic shots from the entire event. Super Chum Bud Mitsu saying she captured our hearts and receiving back this crying emoji face and blue heart from Gura. Then as we move over to another small and blue Hololive talent, it's Kobo Kanaru. This Hololive Indonesia talent also receiving a booth like Gura, showing off this photo and saying, I touched the walls, I hugged the pillows and unicorn, I played the guitar, I sat on the floor, I sat on the chair, I touched the mouse, keyboard, violin, curtains, and everything. Kara tweeting this out, KFP, how are you feeling today? Me and Kobo gonna be the cutest on stage. Then while quick 2-second memeable videos of the concert were shown across social media, Kobo originally quote retweeting this video from Itori showing off her onstage cartwheel, but then later Kobo would go on to delete that reaction. Instead, only keeping this one being compared to Inagami Korone saying, I'm the cheap version, I can't afford more. This likely due to this enforcement after the events by Hololive, stating social media posting rules for Hololive Fifth Fest capture the moment. We kindly ask that you refrain from posting anything other than still images captured from the streaming screen. Your cooperation is appreciated. Thank you. Hololive teaming up with other producers like Bushi Road on the eventual Blu-ray releases of these concerts, alongside other streaming platforms like E+ and Spawn. Numerous users going on to recommend Spawn over E+, stating E+ is considerably more expensive than Spawn, is not available as a service in most of the world, and further stating Spawn, as usual, has an English language version of their sales page for Fifth Fest, is cheaper, and is usable worldwide without restrictions on location. As next, we have Hololive Indonesia's Kaela Kowalskia. Seen here on the stage alongside the others in Hololive Indonesia Gen 3, these stages sometimes offering beautiful video backgrounds and sometimes simply not. As here now we have this clearly doctored photo from someone of the three performers. Christina Manzanita showing off the raw photo, providing this blacksmith VTuber's true height. Kowalskia also showing off this photo and asking Koseki Bijou Doko. The two friends seen here in the middle of this official piece of merch. Koseki Bijou responding, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give it, give me, give, I want it, give. And upon being sent this photo from M-Chan saying, I feel like I'm being watched. Hololive Indonesia talent responding, I'm going to take your standee back to Indonesia. Adios. And speaking of Bijou, we have one of her popular cosplayers, Tautan. Now cosplaying furthers Hololive English's Hakos Baelz. Seen here in her profile picture and banner, alongside numerous photos from the festival. These photos being liked by the character illustrator of Hakos Baelz, Mika Picasso. Tautan also being seen here in the crowd at one of the concerts. Bae herself hours before her performance tweeting out, I'm so nervous I can't sleep. And then 8 hours later tweeting out, I didn't sleep. Later saying, I hope everyone has fun at the expo. Please drink lots of water and stay safe. Further sharing furiously practicing in the green room. That is this moment from Bae's interpretive dance sequence has now been memed non-stop. Harotimu giving us this capture the moment rendition and Bae later reacting with, oh no. Then going on to embrace it saying, insert quote, do your worst. Koseki Bijou simply putting her name as a quote, as Bae's artists would also react, alongside sharing this artwork that they left at the festival, that while numerous other Hololive character illustrators would leave their mark. As seen here on one of the white wall displays, FUWAMOCO character illustrator Ikamochi sharing their rendition of the twins, alongside another white wall showcasing all of the autographs from the Hololive talents. As on another wall, the Hololive English girls would react to the question, what do you do on a rainy day? Holopromise member Iris lyrics going on to react with, I wanted to open my mouth and taste the rain until I learned that was unsanitary. Below stating, what the hell was I thinking when I wrote that? The Hololive talents also having standees of their summertime outfits shown off throughout the expo. Iris writing, Iris, it's hard to write down here. As Ina's character illustrator would see her giving a wah. Popmaker finding Ollie's and all of the music videos that she is recommending to stream. Oro Crony saying, signed a bunch, go look. As Cardboard Fauna would say, don't forget sunscreen. Her height on stage alongside Best Girl Roboco-san and Minato Aqua, surprising some viewers. FUWAMOCO also showing off their standees, while writing, let me hear your big bow bow, and Makoko stating, let's have lots of fuzzy fun. Meanwhile, it was noticed that Narissa Ravencroft had signed almost every related print she was on. As Pavolio Rainey would show this off, saying, thank you everyone for the enthusiasm for Expo and Fest. If you need an energy boost, maybe this picture will help. If it's spicy, just sip some tea. Others capturing what Ayundu Risu had written, such as no beaver and pointing to her feet. And so that was the first day for the fest. Mori Calliope saying, thanks to Hololive and my deadbeats, all of my dreams are coming true. Whereas Takanashi Kiara would remark, many people said I quote-unquote served cunt. I shall add this to my vocabulary. Thanks guys, you will regret it. Kiara herself later tweeting out in Japanese, I am ashamed. That's Hololive Japan's Kiyori would feature those tweets by Kiara on her news program. FUWAMOCO having performed reaction streams for the first day and saying, wow, stage 2 was so inspiring and very passionate too. It makes us imagine what it would be like if maybe we can run around on stage with our senpai one day. That leading to FUWAMOCO also to share this Sobi artwork, saying maybe next year will be FUWAMOCO and Holo Advent's time to stand on the big stage with our senpai. Numerous other Hololive talents sharing these high quality photos of the event, one after another. The Hololive Japan and Hololive Indonesia Twitter accounts using this photo, and the Hololive Production English account using this fuzzier photo. Other users going on to point out the 4-person band that were performing live during this event, and all performing 105 songs the entire weekend. And further trying to combat the crowds, Hololive events would tweet out to avoid overcrowding and congestion. Number tickets will be distributed for using the cosplay changing area. Allocation of tickets are different for male and female changing areas, so please be careful. And to accommodate as many customers as possible, we ask for your cooperation in keeping your time in the changing room short. As further covering day 1 with HoloFest, we have our co-host Co-Dee. Take it away.
And just like that, HoloFest is over. But let's rewind time and have a look at some of the things the JP talent got up to. Prior to the expo going live, many of the talent were able to browse the show floor during rehearsals. Miko gave fans a sneak peek at the Mikomet experience, showing off a Mikomet burger with soy sauce. Meanwhile, Shirakami Fubuki expressed her need for the new Suisei mic with a little doodle saying I need it. Other talents such as Kanata let everyone know they've written little messages for fans to look out for. Kanata would later be caught out by a fan for an edit she made on her standee. But it wasn't just the JP talent that were on site. Hololive Indonesia's Irani Yo 15 also left a lot of hidden messages everywhere, and Kaela made sure to let everyone know to keep away from Zeta. Other members that made it to the venue were the Holostars, as Aruran took to social media to share his autographs alongside doodles by Miyabi and Gamma, while Gold Bullet and Crimson Ruse dubbed their conversations over the Holo Pro key art. The Stars shenanigans continued on, as it was later revealed the boys had a competition as to who could sign their signature at the highest point, with management stepping in and assisting Gerard Rexford with a ladder, which was called out by the rest of the boys. Day 1 of the expo saw masses of people lining up early. Despite the long lines, some fans were able to collect their wristbands in around 1.5 hours. There were also some notable people patiently queuing up, such as the animator and illustrator Fuwa, who was giving away free stickers to anyone that found them, and Umiboshi, the man behind the Suimochi vids, was also in attendance. As per tradition, Yago opened the festival with a Kagami Baraki, which was explained on the expo stream for the Kagai Nikis. A-chan captured the moment before it happened, adding that Yago looks nervous. Meanwhile, Roboco-san, Azuki, and Watame took care of the virtual Kagami Baraki happening at the same time. Now, no expo is complete without booths, and the Super Expo had a lot of them. The Meiri Shirui team, responsible for the many alcohol collabs with Hololive talent, were in attendance, and had the Kagami Baraki barrel on display at their booth. The team used the expo to unveil their brand new collab with pirate captain Hosho Marine, Marine. Marine's rum is a Caribbean rum, aged in their sake breweries, with the team displaying the actual barrels they'll be brewed in. Good Smells booth featured many of the current and upcoming figures available for the talent, such as colored versions of the upcoming Luna and Nene Nendoroids, Roboco's upcoming Relax Time figure, and dioramas of the cover office and Uzura Police were on display. Additionally, a Hosho Marine concept room was available to check out, and it was based on the theme of living with figurines. This as Marine's upcoming 1/7 scale alternative outfit figure was also on display. Other first look figures include a Figma of Sakamata Chloe, a pop-up parade figure of Laplace, as well as pop-up parade prototypes of Noelle and Suisse. Suisse had her own little area as part of the Zozo Town Cross Hololive collab booth, where the new 1/7 scale figure was on display, as well as a life-sized version, alongside the collab merch. More cultured fans ventured off to find the Suisse swimsuit standee, where she had written some threatening words to those wanting to take a photo. Other booths around the expo include the Furyu prize booth, where fans can view the various prizes that can be won in the arcades, as well as an extra-large Pekora plush. There was an Entagram booth, where it was announced that a new game featuring Aqua will start production. Tower Records had a booth highlighting the Honeyworks collab, and fans could receive free Aki Rose cards at the Bushy Road booth. Bandai had a booth to show off all the toys available for various candy collabs, and there was an area to check out Luna's Electone, and there was even an area to check out A-chan's buns at the membership booth. Also at the venue was a Mama and Papa's wall, where the illustrators of various talent signed and drew some pictures. This included Axel Sato, the 3D modeler for Azuki, Oshi Oshio, the illustrator for Kanata, Shigure Ui, the character illustrator for Subaru, Tamari Mama, the illustrator for Botan, and P. Poco teaming up with Kazari Tayu for this Stars EN collab. For visitors of the expo, a wall was made available for fans to write messages on Hololive Doritos, where the manga artist for Goblin Slayer left a little message for Fubuki. Kuroboshi, the character designer of Ina, left a little Ina, and Kanauru asks, "But why? But why?" Moving on to music, day 1 consisted of stage 1 and stage 2 concerts, with an afternoon and evening setup. The concert hall was huge, complete with lasers and pyrotechnics, and was arranged in a 3-stage setup, with audience members facing one of the 3 stages. For bigger performances with multiple talent, different talent would appear on different stages, while each stage was duplicated for the performances where the talent could all fit on one stage. A-chan captured a few shots from the opening, where all stage 1 talents sang Our Bright Parade, and the Hololive EN account attempted to keep everyone up to date with what songs were being performed, such as a mashup of Marine and Kanata's original songs. Other fun moments on the first day include some hip swaying from Choco and Aki Rose, and Korone upgrading her cartwheel from last year's fest to an aerial cartwheel, where she later went on to tweet about the moment, saying, "I worked hard on my body for this day," this being one of the moments that was captured by many and immortalized with art, such as this piece by Vino and this animation comparison. Even False got involved, analyzing hitboxes and saying Koro is too OP, please nerf. Next up, we check out the Red Heart Akai Hato, who despite mentioning she was not going to attend HoloFest, she was very excited for it to begin. Fans were shocked, amazed, and extremely excited when Hachima made a surprise appearance, taking to the stage to perform Yasubi's Idol. She went on to say, "Thank you management for letting me make a surprise appearance, and I was happy to hear you all say welcome back." Hachima later took to social media to say she's going on a little trip and will be back by April. Stage 2 had a performance from Zeta, Kaela, and Kobo, who performed for the first time at HoloFest since their 3D reveals, and Nene's performance of Gira Gira fan meeting had all of the fans dancing. 27 songs were sung during stage 1 and 28 during stage 2, with the set lists available on Spotify. But for now, that's everything from me. Back over to you, False.
Thank you so much, Co-Dee. And that's just day 1. We'll be back with day 2 as soon as possible, along with tons of other stories for this week, as that is all for this episode. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below. Send in your VTuber news to our Discord, as we'll have more things VTubers say for you soon.
As per tradition, Yago opened the festival, which was explained on the expo stream for the Meanwhile, Roboka-san, Azuki, and Watame took care of the virtual Kagame Rudu. Pomp Maker, the creator of Hololive, left some feet. Let me say that smoother. The concert hall, while each stage was duplicated for the performances where the talent could fall. Next up, we check out the Red Heart. Next up, we check out the Red Heart Akai Hato.